What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Marvel Revisited, the podcast where we rewatch and rank every MCU movie in order. Of course, I am joined once again by the scruffin'-looking one, Eric Witzka, and the two-time father, or otherwise known as NNN, the No Nut Nate. Got his Dadzilla as well. Yeah, he's got a lot of what's
acronyms.
Acronyms? Yeah, okay, acronyms is the right word.
I don't even know if that's right, but if it is, I seem smart.
So, Eric, what movie are we revisiting today?
Today on Marvel Revisited, we will be talking about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
That is correct. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, released May 5th, 2017, written and directed by James Gunn. And it had a budget of, dang it, I just lost it. Where's the budget? Budget of $200 million. Box office of $863.8 million.
Wow.
Nice.
So yeah, definitely made some good money on that one for sure.
Definitely good.
But what'd you guys think? How many times have you watched this, Eric, and did anything change rewatching it?
I think this is my fourth time watching it. It might be 3.5, something like that, but I have seen it a couple times because, I mean, Guardians 1 is like one of my all-time favorite Marvel movies. So I like seeing that interaction between the Guardians. I think it's really fun to watch. I think they're really funny. I really like this movie, a lot of aspects about it, but there is something I don't like about this movie a lot, and I guess I'll get into that later. But it's a very enjoyable movie. And yeah, I think the best part is just watching them interact with each other and just they work so well off of each other.
Cool. Nate, how many times have you seen it? Did anything change rewatching it?
I think this is my second time. There might be like a half in there, but I saw it in theaters, and I think the only other time I saw it is now. I think. Yeah, there might be a third or a half in there, but I don't remember. Yeah, it's good. I don't think it's as good as the first one, but yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as Nate. This is actually my second time watching this movie. Yeah, I watched it in theaters, and I thought, like, yeah, it's not bad, but I didn't vibe with it as much as the first one. First one's still like, man, what a fantastic movie. And this one is like, it's still good, but it's not on the same tier as the first one. And we'll get into the reasons why later, but yeah, I still enjoyed it. Not bad. But yeah. Do you guys want to get into ranking importance to the MCU?
Yeah, do it.
Sure.
First one, we gotta hit off with the big questions right away. Let me pull up the list first. Find it. It's after credits. There's way too many lists here. Okay, here we go. The top half, bottom half.
I would say somewhere in the middle, maybe.
Yeah, somewhere in the middle.
Start around 5, probably. I'll start right at Guardians 5. So was Guardians 5, Winter Soldier, Thor, Ant-Man, Captain America, Iron Man 2, and then Iron Man to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's try and break down what is in this film that matters.
Yeah, sure. So, like, one of the big things is Adam Warlock, which they teased, which obviously he's going
Which
to be
does
in the
not
next.
matter yet. So
He's
that
going to be
doesn't
in.
really.
He's going to be in the
We
next
get
movie.
The next
though.
one.
We get introduced to Celestials for the first time.
They reference Celestial.
No.
This is the first Celestial we see.
He says he says he's a Celestial.
Yeah, but we see one in the first Guardians.
Yeah, with Nowhere. Nowhere, they say
Oh,
it's a dead Celestial.
Living Celestial. Give
Yeah.
me a break, guys.
Somebody's got to explain how these Celestials work.
Dude,
They like come in
yeah.
all shapes and sizes
Yeah.
at this point.
And Eternals doesn't do a good job with that either. Like we still
Like, I
don't
don't
really
even
get it.
think Kurt Russell knew any other Celestials, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, that is strange, huh?
It's like, was it that Erisham like make him and then forget? Like he's like, I'm gonna go plant that seed and then just not worry about it. Like what
I
happened?
don't know, dude. I do not know. But what else do we get in this? We get freaking Ant Lady. Sorry, I forgot her name. Mantis. We got
Ant Lady.
Mantis.
Yeah.
No,
Ant-Man and Ant Lady,
We get Yondu's death.
which was very sad.
It's sad, but
But,
not really
eh.
important to the MCU.
Yeah, how much does it really affect the characters going forward?
Yeah,
No,
no.
I think it does affect them because who knows if how Quill and Gamora's relationship would have looked because that is like officially cemented after Yondu dies.
I
Yeah.
feel like Yondu also is a big part of having Rocket's character open up a lot.
I was
So
gonna say that.
who knows where, like, because I feel like Rocket was at a point where he's ready to just like push everybody away.
Mhm.
Yeah,
because he's always being a douchebag. So,
Which, by the
I
way,
feel-
I'm like, that's the most annoying version of Rocket to me. Like, I get it. It makes sense, but it's so annoying. Like, he's even like that in, again, we're going to reference the Guardians of the Galaxy game.
Video
We're
game.
going to reference that a lot, but like,
In stores now.
right? Go buy it, play it. It is actually a really good game. I would recommend it. But like in the first Guardians, we get a kind of different Rocket in that, and I love it. Like he's my favorite character in that movie, And then this one, it is more comic accurate and more like to the story of who Rocket is. But I find it like so like the first half of the movie, it's just like, man, you are so annoying. Like, why are you bickering? Why are you doing these stupid decisions? Why are you doing this? This is dumb. But it does make sense still. So there is that. But
Yeah, so Yondu's death also Yondu in general helped
mhm.
keep the team together.
We get to see a lot of the other oh my gosh.
Planets.
No, Yondu's Ravagers.
Ravagers.
Yeah.
Which so far don't matter.
Yeah, which is kind of sad because they had some really cool actors in there.
Yeah, really cool.
I'm not even gonna really try to do it because I can't right now.
Well, speaking of them though, let's throw in a marvelous fact here.
Wait, marvelous facts.
Thank you. At Yondu's funeral, are his old friends and fellow Ravagers, Charlie 27, Starhawk, Martinex, and Aletta. In the Marvel Comics, all four, as well as Yondu, were former members of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Sweet.
Fuel.
What else is in this movie though? It's like
Not much, man.
yeah,
It's pretty low.
it's pretty low. Yeah, I think it might go under Iron Man actually.
Yeah.
Iron Man
Totally fine.
under Iron Man is Iron Man 3, and then under that Thor: Dark World.
What did Iron Man 3 do?
Mandarin.
Mandarin. Oranges.
Yes, oranges. How'd you know?
Yeah, it introduced us to the Mandarin orange.
Yeah, honestly, I think Iron
No.
Man 3 did even less. All Iron Man 3 did was kind of just build Tony's character a little bit more, but this definitely does more than that. All right,
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, let's put it at just above Iron Man 3, under Iron Man. So it's the new 12. Real low.
Yeah.
Not very important. It
yeah.
really isn't.
It isn't. No, it's not.
Like you could skip this film
Totally.
and not miss anything other than Mantis. but like
Sure, but like that's not
she's not that important. So it's like,
And
oh,
also-
they guess they found a friend. She's got those powers. Like,
exactly.
Oh, come on. We wouldn't get Taserface.
God, you had to mention Taserface,
what
dude.
will we do without Taserface?
Another marvelous fact in the Guardians of the Galaxy comics, Taserface is a warrior from the cybernetically enhanced race known as the Stark. The Stark are an alien race that found Iron Man technology that had accidentally crashed on their planet, and as a result, they worship Tony Stark or Iron Man as their god.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Crazy.
I was going to say, do they all look like Tony
No.
Stark?
Oh, no. But I thought that was a little interesting one.
That's cool.
But let's talk about ego. Let's rank this villain.
Pretty low.
Yeah.
Who is your daddy and what does he do? Okay, so my daddy's a planet and he wants to
Kill
make
everybody.
himself other planets and kill everything. So, yeah, I do not. This is the thing that I do not like about this movie is the villain. I can't. I think the best thing that they did with Ego is the de-aging.
Yeah. Yeah. It looked really good.
Yeah, there was certain scenes where it looked a little wonky. Like I think it's while he's wearing the sunglasses or something. But there are scenes where it looks seamless. So I liked that, but I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's where they went with the story. If it's, I don't have a problem with Kurt Russell, so I don't know.
Yeah.
His acting was fine. He's
Yeah.
just a really weird character. He's kind of dropped in, and he has a really weird motivation. Like very,
It just
very
feels off for
odd.
the story. Like, I was thinking about it after I watched it, and after playing the Guardians of the Galaxy game, I was like, oh, obviously what they're teasing for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is Adam Warlock and, probably the same priestess or whatever. I can't remember that group. But the same,
Aisha and the Sovereign.
yes, the Sovereign. And
Old people.
honestly, apparently there was a fact that that they were thinking about making that this movie, but instead they decided to focus more on Ego and that. And I'm like, honestly, I think it would have made more sense to do that. I would have probably enjoyed that more as a second film in this rather than the Ego route. Because, like, yeah, sure, in the first one we're like, oh, who's his dad? But it wasn't like, I need to know who his dad is, And if that was
totally agree with that.
if that was like maybe like a tease at the end or something like that, that would have been kind of cool. And I would have just kind of like how this story goes just feels off. And I feel like it would have made more sense to just stick with that opening and then really focus on them and in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with them going down the who's your daddy route. But he's just like as a villain, he's just such a weird, like out of nowhere threat. It's like all of a sudden there's this like galaxy spanning threat that nobody else knows about, like at all. That we also doesn't fully make sense how it works. I think that's honestly the worst part is that just like his motivation, his goal, and his means of doing it are all just super out of left field.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like you're not really afraid of it because it's so weird and wacky. You don't really agree with it because it's so crazy. It's just like it's very hard to get any kind of connection to that villain in any way.
Yeah, and also it's like, I don't know, I guess you can kind of argue it, but for me it was kind of also like, I feel like the stakes kind of weren't there, even though they should have been, Where it's like, this is a celestial, and this is a full planet and everything, but it never felt like, oh man, they're not going to make it out of this, And maybe it's because I've seen it before, but like, I don't know, there's like, that part where Eagles are like, oh, you can learn how to, manipulate living things, but it would take, you'll learn how to do it after millions of years of practice. And then he turns right around and starts building things in an hour.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know how much I bought that.
He wasn't using his heart, Winnie.
He wasn't using his heart.
Yeah,
Just
it's
like,
just all.
believe in yourself.
Yeah. It's all just very just like fantastical.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that I think took away from it is we're always looking for that aspect of where we can humanize the villain and kind of get behind them a little bit and
And it
their
kind of was at the beginning.
yes, but as soon as they mentioned that he put the tumor in the mom's head, you're just like, what in the hell?
Mm-hmm.
This guy's
Like why?
insane.
Like if you loved her, like yeah, I loved her so much, I knew like if I didn't do this, I would stay. So what's wrong with staying?
Yeah, exactly.
Like okay,
Yeah, like,
like
wouldn't it have been more interesting if it's like he did fall in love with her? I mean, it would have made Quill's origin maybe weirder, where it's like his dad was there, but like then she dies, and then he just leaves because he's so upset, and then goes back to his original plan.
What
Yeah,
about
you know?
this?
Like, or what that was what like motivated his plan in to begin with. He's like, I found love, I found life, and it was awesome, and it was great. And then she died, and I realized this is all bullcrap. So let's just make it all my way.
That would have been cool.
Like, wouldn't that have been more interesting?
But
It just would have been weird for Quill because it's like, oh, his mom and dad were there,
yeah,
and then his dad just kind of left.
yeah. No, but I was thinking, what if they did like a thing where, I did love your mom and everything, and it's because I'm a celestial that like I don't know, I had like radiation come off me or something like that, and it accidentally gave her cancer, so I knew I had to go away or something like that. Like that would have been interesting, but that doesn't motivate into how he would want to change everything.
No, man, you could totally make that work too, because it's like the universe was against me, and I just wanted love, and then your mom died just because of me being me. So it's like and then everything I said.
Oh yeah.
I
That
killed
totally would've worked.
everything I touched.
But see, in that world, it's like he almost had Peter already, until he said, "Oh, it's a shame I put that implant."
I know,
planted
which is
that
also
cancer."
kind of dumb. Like, why wouldn't you just not say anything?
Yeah, I know, right? But like, that's in that world where we just said that. I'm like, I could totally see Peter just going like, "Okay, yeah, let's do it."
No, I mean, but you're right. Like, and that just obviously Peter can't make that choice, but like it makes the choice so much harder,
Sure.
and so much more compelling, and so much more interesting. Because like you get where the dad's coming from.
Mhm.
You can understand Peter's conflict, but like at the end of the day, you just got to move on.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, it sucks, but that's real. As opposed to this, which James Gunn went with a very like family oriented story.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Which does work a lot, but between Peter and his dad, it did not work at all.
That man might have been your father, but he sure wasn't your daddy.
Your daddy. That's a weird line.
It is, and they're
But
also
it's
like
okay.
this close.
I know,
it's like,
right?
don't call me daddy when you're that close. Don't call me don't. Never
Don't
mind.
call me your daddy.
Never mind.
You can kind of tell also that like some scenes were cut, because like at the very end when they're like Peter's going like through his like flashbacks of like being with his mom and listening to music with her, and then being with Yondu and Yondu teaching him how to shoot. It's like you can tell that at some point in the process they had scenes developing Yondu's relationship with Peter.
They even casted a younger Peter.
Yeah, it's the same kid from the last movie.
Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't know.
Same kid. And they should have honestly done that, because it did work with Yondu. Like, yeah, I bought it. He's just like a really dysfunctional father. But how much harder would it have hit if we actually saw those scenes? We saw the Yondu like actually. It also would have helped explain why he was going after Peter in the last movie and in the beginning of this movie. Because I remember that was, I think that's something we said where it's like, I think it's something you question, Winston, or as like, why didn't he just, see the troll doll and then immediately go back and get Peter? And then I was like, oh, it's because, he loves him and all that. But it's like, that would have totally fixed that. So
yeah.
Just a couple missteps that unfortunately take a lot of the air out of some of the themes that James Gunn was going for.
Yeah. And on that note about daddies, here's another marvelous fact.
Marvelous fact.
According to Chris Pratt, shooting this movie helped him come to terms with his father's death. Although he passed away while Pratt was filming Jurassic World in 2014, the actor didn't really get a chance to deal with the death at the time because he was busy filming and wanted to keep the rest of the cast's spirit up. For a film, that director James Gunn had described as a story about fathers, Pratt was able to open up old wounds that had been healing for some time and acknowledge the fact that there are some wounds that cannot ever be completely healed, such as the death of a parent. And I think that really came through with that last speech when he's talking about Yandu. I was like, dang, that was.
I saw it. Yeah. Honestly, his acting, Chris Pratt's acting was better this film, I think, than the last one or any other one. And I really got it, when Yandu's sacrificing himself, taking him up. It's like,
he's like, no.
Really good performance.
Yeah.
From the Chris Pratt.
Okay.
Anyway, let's rank the villains. Start at the bottom.
Yes. Worst of the Pratts, apparently. I mean, worst of the Chris's. Worst of the Pratts.
Worst of the Pratts. Don't you know his sister and his brother? Also actors? I don't know. The bottom. Started from the bottom. Malekith at number 13. Aldrich Killian at number 12.
Better.
Abomination at number 11. And Caecilius at number 10 from Doctor Strange.
Keep going.
9 is Darren Cross. 8 is Obadiah from Iron Man.
All right. I think it's under or above Darren Cross. I think
it's below Obi.
So you think it's above Darren Cross?
I can agree with that. I can completely agree with that. So it makes it the new number 9, gentlemen. So far, it's not doing so well.
He's just one of those villains where it's like if you just tweak one or two things, he's a really solid villain. Whereas most of the villains below him are just like you gotta kind of fundamentally rewrite them to make them interesting.
Yeah, at least his performance was good,
Yeah, it was great.
And like we're going into CGI, like he looked great. Like in the de-aging and then in like the way he built himself back up and everything, like that was super cool.
Yeah, that's some really impressive stuff in this movie.
And speaking of CGI, according to the visual effects artist, Ego's planet contained 1 trillion polygons. At the time of the film's release, it was considered to be the biggest visual effect ever made. Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw in one of the Corridor Crew videos where it's like they created like a specific simulation. And if I recall, it was like to simulate fractals, which is kind of the designs of the structures that you see inside the planet. So it's not like somebody went in and actually modeled the whole planet. No. Like they just set up a simulation of what fractals would do, what structures fractals would make, and then that was the planet. And then they just worked with that. And I think that's part of the reason why that was such a large file.
Interesting.
I like the rainbow bubbles.
Yeah, this movie, it's like a love-hate because like there's so much really good stuff, like de-aging Kurt Russell and like the morphing, like what's the word I'm looking for? Like the regeneration that Kurt Russell has and Baby Groot and so many of just the stylistic choices with Sovereign Planet. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just thinking about when you said Baby Groot, that also freaking Rocket in this movie looks even better than in Guardians. Really like, good. There's that one scene where he's like, welcome to the freaking Guardians of the Galaxy and everything. And I never realized it before, but he's got like little specks of dirt in his fur and everything from the blasts and everything. I'm like, this looks spectacular. Yeah. Holy crap.
But then it's also like such a CG fest, like so bad in some spots where it's like all I'm looking at is just like CG models. And I personally hate that. So, like I said, it's like a love-hate because there's stuff that's amazing, like just top tier, just like the last one.
Yep.
But then there's also stuff that it's like when you just have so much stuff on the screen, it just disconnects. You got to be rooted in reality somewhere.
Yeah, like there's that one scene where he's like going up in the air and he's like punching Ego and everything. Like that.
Just like the entire fight with his dad just looks crazy. And then like a bunch of the space stuff and the planet. Honestly, the planet exterior didn't really impress me that much.
Yeah, but Something I do want to talk about is like even from the first shot, I was like, oh, the color palette on this movie
Yeah,
is
pretty good.
amazing. Like it popped everywhere and it never felt out of place. It was just so bright and like it fit the mood. It set the tone like really, really well. I think they do a really good job with design and color in this movie. But start from the top for CGI. We've got Doctor Strange at number 1, and then we've got Guardians at number 2, and then Avengers at number 3, Ant-Man number 4, and Civil War at number 5.
I'd take all of those over this film.
Okay. All right, then let's keep going down. Iron Man at number 6, Winter Soldier at number 7.
All right, I'm fine putting it above Winter Soldier. I think it handily beats Winter Soldier.
Dang. I don't know.
Was
though,
that
dude.
7?
Yeah, that's 7, yeah. But dude, come on, like this is better than Iron Man, dude.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. The thing about Iron Man is that like the only thing that kind of looks bad in Iron Man is kind of like Obadiah at the end, you know, like some of the fight at the end,
Yeah.
you know, and then everything else looks either fine or brilliant. And like I said with this film, it's like there's some stuff that, I mean, technically it looks fine, but it's just so CG to me that it like really takes me out. Like I said, the entire fight between him and Ego.
But the stuff that looks good looks great. You know, it's kind of like
Yeah,
there's
and you're
another one
totally
like that.
right.
Like
It's like it, but it did have more stuff, you know, like Rocket and Groot, you know,
Mhm.
that looked really good. And so it's like right there, you know. I mean, it's above or below Iron Man for me. Like it's similar because Iron Man does more with less, but this film just does more, but also has more that I don't like.
Sure. I'm okay to putting it above Iron Man. No, the new number 6. I'm okay with that. Are you okay with that, Eric?
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
Okay, new number 6, just under Civil War.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, were you gonna say
I'll
something?
just, I'll,
Oh, okay.
no, I'm just. Man,
Still blows me away that Doctor Strange is number 1.
It's great, man. Looks great.
It's weird to hear that name first.
get behind it.
The council has spoken. Since
my computer.
since we were talking about Ego, I'm gonna spit this marvelous fact real quick. The license plate on Ego's
Mustang.
1978 Mustang 2 King Cobra is the same as on James Gunn's high school car.
Cute.
And a little side note to that, the car that he's driving is also painted metallic teal, blue, and orange, the same colors as his son's Peter Quill's Milano M ship.
Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it?
Like father, like son, I guess.
Where is that ship still on that planet?
At the end, it was.
Yeah, that's interesting. We have to go pick it up.
Yeah, they went and fixed it because obviously
What's it called? Like Hermeculur?
It's called the
Burbot?
Milano.
No, the planet.
Oh, yeah, I can't
Barrett?
remember.
I think it's Barrett. Bearhurt? I think it's Bearhurt, something like that. Bearhead.
Never mind. Never mind. It would have made. No, I would have made this PG-13.
I think as long as we don't get into the R territory, we're good, dude.
Honestly,
Butt hurt.
that's not PG-13. That's not.
Yeah, well, it's.
You said douchebag like 5 minutes ago.
Those are a real thing, man.
Does your butt never hurt, Eric? There you go.
Not a point.
All right, gentlemen, it is time to guess the Rotten Tomato score.
It's the prices. I mean, the Rotten Tomato score is right.
Oh,
80. Probably above that, but that's what I'm saying.
Man, that's like kind of right where I was thinking.
I'm gonna say 77.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I'm going to do Price is Right rule 78.
How often does that happen to me?
It is 85.
Yeah.
Wow.
I knew it was over 80. I'm surprised you guys went that high.
Well, we should
Hello,
know.
man.
We should know
Yeah.
from what
Dude,
was it,
this
Doctor
is still
Strange?
yeah. Yeah, dude, this is the MCU. I still don't I think maybe just the inklings of MCU fatigue are starting, maybe. So it's like reviewers in general still think that these movies are just like masterpieces.
Yeah.
Messed up pieces.
Which they aren't, but they're still good movies.
Yeah. Like I don't regret watching this movie at all. Like I wasn't like dreading watching it at all. Like
Not
I
like
was
Doctor
looking forward.
Strange.
Like Doctor Strange, I did not want to watch again. Didn't fall asleep, so it helps this movie out a lot.
There you go.
When'd you watch it?
Like right before.
Exactly.
Right
It was
the
still
podcast.
bright out. The other time we decided to throw it on at like 9.
Winston, I fall asleep any time of day, bro. Come on.
Anytime.
Okay. Now the one that I wanted to talk about. Soundtrack.
Oh, that's all.
Yeah. Soundtrack's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah.
You think so? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
No.
To me, there's only 2 songs that hit.
Yep.
There's Chain by Fleetwood Mac, which hits. And then there's that one at the end, you know, like the father and son or something. I'm trying to
I
remember.
don't like that song.
I didn't like it
that
either.
song. Oh, you
The
guys
lyrics
suck.
are
That song-
weird, man.
No,
Are they?
that song is great.
There's a line that says, "You're young, and that's your fault."
Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah.
Mind it. It is kind of weird. That's the only line that's kind of weird in the
You're
rest
young.
of the genius.
And that's your fault.
So infamously, I didn't know any of the songs from the first Guardians of the Galaxy. I would like to report back. I still didn't know any on this one.
Well, yeah, that's another thing. It's like he blew. I don't know what he did, but like he somehow had less popular songs in this one.
Yeah. So but at least in the first one, I didn't recognize any of them. But man, that first opening credits, like, it's amazing, you know, with like
There's a
the
lot of
singing in the
moments like
rat
that.
face and everything, and then he kicks it. It's
Yep.
like that is such a beautiful like opening. Where this one, it was a cute opening, but the song didn't make it any better. You know, it was the visuals. So yeah, I agree with Nate. I don't think this can go at even number 2. It has to go. I don't know. For me,
What's the list right now?
so it's Guardians, Avengers, Iron Man,
Man.
Iron Man 2, Civil War.
Yeah, I think it's just under Iron Man.
I agree.
Okay. All right.
New
I can do that.
number 4.
Because Iron Man also only has like one or 2 songs that really hit, and
Yeah.
they hit harder than these
It's
songs.
enough.
Yeah.
It's enough, man. Okay.
Seeing if I have anything about songs in here. No, I don't. Okay, so let's go to the next list. Action sequence. Ugh. Okay.
Oh, I know. Yondu and Rocket
That was a
on the
good one.
ship.
What about just Rocket?
Oh, that was a good one
Oh,
too.
that was funny. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
because
it
there's the
doesn't
first
last as
one,
long.
which is okay. Then after that, I think it's Rocket. Then after that, it's Yondu and Rocket. And then after that, it's the
It's
final one.
Nebula and freaking Gamora, and then it's
That one's so tiny, it doesn't count.
yeah, I guess
That one
so.
doesn't stand
She
a chance.
freaking
You're
picks
right.
up a whole cannon turret. I'm like, they
Yeah,
never
they-
freaking showed that
No,
she has
dude,
super
they-
strength before.
They have implied it. You're right. It is super shocking because they haven't really shown you that she has super strength, but she is like enhanced. She's
Yeah.
enhanced, and she can do that.
That's another thing I remembered after watching the first Guardians of the Galaxy. He's like, oh yeah, he made me like a cyborg almost where he experimented on me and replaced me with technology. That's Gamora speaking, and I'm like, wait, what? Like I never
She says
remembered that
something
for
like
some
that.
reason because it in my head it was only Nebula was experimented on, but Gamora was as well. She was enhanced with technology. She just doesn't have like whole limbs missing.
Well, I don't even know. Yeah, she's got like the tiny little.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if that was on her people. I don't remember. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, the last one's not that good.
No.
Because it's just a CG fest.
Mm-hmm.
The one on the ship with Yondu and Rocket, it's kind of just the Yondu show. Because like Rocket, I don't think really does anything that cool.
But it's
in
super
that
cool with
entire
little
fight.
whistles and
I don't know.
Takes
So
out
great.
I'm going to bring up my question again. Yondu v Thanos. I mean, he's got some feats, bro.
Yeah, sure. But
Like that arrow with the enhanced fin, dude. It's like it blows through steel like ship steel, like butter, dude.
sure.
So it could definitely pierce Thanos.
Are we talking Thanos without like
Gauntlet.
Infinity Stones?
We're talking
Or-
like Infinity War Thanos, probably on Titan. That's probably most likely if Yondu was alive,
True.
where he would have fought him. When with Iron Man and Quill and Spider-Man and Doctor Strange and Yondu.
If they would have kept him like in the reserves and they had him restrained,
Which
there's that
then,
scene.
Whistle, you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Which
he's
they
like
did
held
do.
from both sides and then, Mantis is on top of him and everything, that would have been the time where Yondu wouldn't have hesitated. Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
4 holes just for
Yeah.
good measure because it's Yondu. But like even 1v1, dude, like
I disagree. He's
I
got the
don't-
reality stone, dude. And the time stone. He could just stop it in space. Can't do anything.
yeah, you're right. He's got some good stones in there.
But
So
like, if we're talking about
1v1, he
Endgame as
can't
well,
do anything.
if we're talking
Yeah,
Endgame, like he could have annihilated that army like a lot. He
I
could
know.
have cleared things up real easy.
And even in Endgame 1v1, I mean, he's got moves. Because even if, which I do buy, Thanos is like flicking the arrow away with his dual sword. I mean, it's not like, oh, he flicked it away and it's broken. It's like he flicked it away and he just keeps it going.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's something to be said, man. Yondu alone could
he
have turned the tide.
Oh yeah, he could have helped for sure. Yeah, especially in Infinity War. Okay, I'm going to say the list from the. I'm going to say it from the middle, from Ultron, Hulk and Tony. All right, that's where we're starting. So that's number 5. Doctor.
Below. Okay, well, which one are we using?
I think
Yondu and
Yondu
Rocket?
and Rocket. Yeah,
Or Rocket.
I think Yondu and Rocket is more fun, and there's more better visuals and like more. Like we see Groot have his little thing, we see Rocket have his little thing, and then Yondu is just such a cool like not choreography, but I guess design. I guess, but Ultron versus Tony. Hulk versus Tony in Ultron. Doctor Strange versus Caecilius. 7 is Ant-Man, the train fight. 8 is Guardians, the final fight. And 9 is Iron Man 3, that final fight. And 10 is Iron Man 2, Stark Expo, final fight.
It's above Stark Expo, no problem. All the suits, though. Yeah, it's above that. It's cooler than all the suits in Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
And then you said Ant-Man, the train fight is the next one?
No, after Iron Man 3 is Guardians. The final fight in Guardians.
Yeah, which is the final fight. See, the thing is, like, that final fight in the first Guardians just has so much more weight, Like, so much more weight. And I think, like, that weight outdoes the cool factor.
Yeah, I think it goes.
I don't know, though. Like, I'm not, like, 100% on that.
What do you think, Eric?
Yeah, because we have Groot, like, smashing everybody. It's definitely below. Like, that Groot thing was super cool, too.
That is,
It's below that.
Yeah, below first Guardians?
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool. Number 9 again. Dang, it's getting all the 9s.
9.
So, we're at the point where we would rank trilogies.
But
And
it's
I was
not a
thinking
trilogy.
about it. How do you guys think the next Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is supposed to come out next year? How is that going to fit in this trilogy? How do you guys think?
Well, right now, we just have 2 trilogies, right? It's just Iron Man and Cap.
Spider-Man.
Well, I'm talking about that we've rated.
Oh, yeah.
I think even if it's okay like this one, probably going to go over Iron Man. Trilogies wise.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. And for it, I don't think it's possible that it can get over Cap.
Yeah.
Like,
I
even
agree.
Like it'd have to be like a generation defining film to get over Cap.
Yeah.
Because Cap has 2 heavy hitters. There's
Super heavy.
2 of them. So yeah. So it's probably not going to get over.
Yeah. But I
And
think
I don't want to speculate about Spider-Man because we haven't reviewed any of them yet and revisited. So
yeah. I think it's going to be a solid contender, but I don't think it's going to be, top of the line like some of the other ones.
well, like yeah.
I'm going to do quite a few marvelous facts because I've got still quite a few left. Let's do this one. Stan Lee's cameo has been him discussing previous adventures that includes his cameos in the other Marvel's films.
Yeah, he talked about being a FedEx guy. Which film is that?
That's Iron Man 3.
Oh
no, it's Civil War.
no,
Civil
that's
War.
Civil War. That's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
According to Kevin Feige, this was a nod to the popular theory that Lee is a cosmic entity in Marvel. Stan Lee clearly exists, above and apart from the reality of all the films. So the notion that he could be sitting there on a cosmic pit stop during the jump gate sequence in Guardians was something very funny. It says, wait a minute. He's this same character who's popped up in all these films. This film takes place 3 months after the first, placing the events in 2014. Okay. Stan Lee's cameo refers to him as being a postman. A potential reference to his cameo in the previous years was Civil War, and that takes place in 2016. Alternately, this may be a reference to his cameo in Fantastic Four, where he played the Baxter Building's mailman. But I don't think so. So I'm like,
Didn't he say FedEx? I thought he said the words FedEx, didn't he?
he might have just said postman. Did he say FedEx?
I think it was. I think so.
So if that's true, then yeah, it's confirmed that he's a cosmic.
Yeah, but he's a
entity.
cosmic entity, bro.
Yeah,
dude,
that's
it's confirmed
dope.
anyway. He's
That's
in every
dope.
movie, even outside of the MCU.
Sure, but
He's in the movies.
Sure, but we could have seen it he's just there's a lot of people that
A
look like Stan
well-traveled
Lee.
old man.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
but
Who
And then-
loses his job every week?
exactly. And who went
You
to
can travel to space when
yeah.
other people can't.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
But I thought that was pretty cool, especially since
Excelsior.
since there was just recently rumors that Marvel signed a deal with somebody to acquire Stan Lee's likeness, so they're probably going to start CGIing him in movies again. Yeah, kind of.
They gotta be. I don't know. I feel like they shouldn't do that.
Here's another one. Towards the beginning of the movie, Nebula says that if they set her free, she won't kill Gamora. To which Peter replies, "You would think that an evil supervillain would learn how to properly lie." This hints at what Thanos would later confirm in Infinity War, which is that he never taught his daughters how to lie. Cool little nod
That's
there.
cute.
Yeah.
It's a cute little fact.
And since we're talking about Nebula, Olivia Jackson, the stunt woman for Nebula in the first movie, suffered a traumatic brain injury and left arm injury that led to an amputation, as well
In the film?
as well as multiple fractures on the left side of her face, which required reconstruction surgery. These injuries occurred when she struck a misplaced camera crane when performing a motorcycle stunt during the film for Resident Evil: The Final Chapter.
Sucks.
Coincidentally, Nebula in this movie and in Volume 1 has a prosthetic left arm and a reconstructed left side of her face.
So they still used her?
They still used her.
Sweet. That still sucks, but sweet.
That sucks, yeah. Gary Henry. Wow. Jeez. Back up. Greg Henry previously played Peter Quill's grandfather in the first movie. He is seen here as the old man behind the wheel of the minivan that just escapes destruction by Eagle's planets. And I remember watching it, and I was like, "Wait, that's freaking Biff from Back to the Future."
Yeah.
And then I forgot that he actually played his grandfather. So I thought it was just a nod to Back to the Future, but it was actually
Interesting.
his grandfather. Uh,
I think those are the same actors.
no.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, he looked like it.
They look similar, but I don't think it's the same actor.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. My bad. My bad. As Groot only communicates with the phrase "I am Groot" in different inflections.
Inflections.
Thank you. James Gunn created a Groot version of the script for him and Vin Diesel, which contained each of Groot's lines in English. Which he later did. He later did the voice for like I can't remember how many languages, but it was like at least 5 other languages. He did the I am Groot voice for those.
Nice.
Let's do 2. I'll do one more for now, and then we'll get into post credits. In the comics, Mantis, in the comics, Mantis was human and acquired her skills by living with the Kree. James Gunn chose to make her an alien in the film because he wanted Peter Quill to be the only main character from Earth. And finally, this film features 5 mid and post credit scenes. 5. So which one are we going to rank, gentlemen?
James Gunn went crazy.
He did. I was like, I did not remember there being this many.
The first one. God, what is the first one? All right, there's Teen Groot is 1.
Yeah.
Adam Warlock is 1.
I think that's the one we should do.
I think so as well.
What are the other ones? Oh, there's another Stan Lee. That's another one.
Yeah. And then there's also the other Guardians or the Ravagers coming back together.
Yep. You said there was 5? I only remember 4.
Was there one of the Duck as well?
No.
There's got to be one more.
I don't remember, Howard.
I don't know.
The Duck was in the film, but he wasn't an after
which
credits.
I was like, here we go again. The freaking stupid Duck.
Did you see that the Grand Master was in it?
Yes. Oh, I didn't see it, but I read the fact, and I was like, I don't know how I missed that.
I did not see that either.
Yeah, he was in one of the pictures while it was scrolling.
I can't remember what that last one is.
Dang it, man. Let me pull it up real quick.
Must not be good then.
Yeah, honestly. Most of them didn't matter, let's be honest. It's probably just him like talking to Gamora, be like, "Hey, yo."
Oh, it's Drax getting stabbed from Tim Gunn.
Oh, that one is good. That one is good. I did like that one actually.
Drax makes that good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't matter.
I did for a second.
So,
sorry.
The thing about a Warlock is that it means nothing at this moment in time.
Yep.
They also show nothing. The only thing of value is just saying the word Adam.
Yep.
Whereas Teenage Groot is Teenage Groot, which we get in future films.
I'm not I'm not playing along with that one.
No.
Like waiting for Adam Warlock is way more.
And sure, we're not going to see him for a very long time, but still, like, it's still more exciting than.
All right, no, it's fine.
Than Groot. But I guess I should start at the bottom, probably.
Yeah.
But remind me, I do want to talk about Drax for a second.
I bet at some point they're going to be like, that scene takes place like 8 years later, and that's why you never see Adam Warlock.
Probably, yeah.
I feel like he would be doing something if he existed.
Oh,
for
yeah.
all those years,
dude. Especially with Thanos, dude. Like in the comics, Adam Warlock is one of the That's why for a lot of people, they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna see Adam Warlock soon," because he's one of the people that stands up against Thanos. Like he's really freaking powerful.
He's like almost as good as Yondu.
No, he's better than Yondu. Okay, from the bottom, we got 14, Captain America. It's Avengers trailer. Bullcrap. 13, we've got Guardians, the Duck. 12, we've got Iron Man 3, Therapy with freaking
Ruffalo,
thank you. I was about to say Russo. Iron Man 2, we see the hammer. Iron Man, we see Fury.
Honestly, it's below the hammer because it's very similar. Where
It
it's
is
like
very
you see
similar.
one thing, you get one tiny piece of information, and at least with the hammer, like
We've seen it.
it's Mjolnir, and Mjolnir has done stuff, and it's cool. But like Warlock has done nothing up to this point.
Mjolnir has a family. We care about him.
He's died. He's come back.
He's got little Mjolnirs running around somewhere.
Stormbreakers.
So
What do you
it's-
think,
it's-
Eric?
Yeah, I think it's very similar, and Mjolnir paid off, whereas this has not.
True, it hasn't paid off yet.
What was the context of Mjolnir? I don't remember.
Where it's Agent Coulson, he's like, "Hey, we found it," and it just shows the hammer.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean that's cooler than I think I'll call him Adam.
Well, yeah, if you don't know anything about the comics,
And like more people also
and
know
I didn't know
Thor
anything. I didn't know
than
it was Adam Warlock.
Yeah, like I don't think I knew either. It's like I wonder who Adam is.
Yep.
Whereas like, oh, that's Thor. I know who Thor is.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't know anything about him in the comics, but I know the name Thor, and it has a hammer.
yeah, I can go with
His love
well,
affair with his hammer.
Okay, cool. So, man, that's under Iron Man 2, which makes it the
I don't feel
new
bad.
number 12.
All I'm saying is I would have ranked Teenage Groot higher. That's all I'm
No,
saying.
no.
I would have.
Well, yeah, you would have, because you stupid. Just kidding. Okay. So I'm gonna say another marvelous fact, and then I'm going to do a quick little brand. Last marvelous fact is the sensor that Peter Quill looks at when detecting the extra dimensional creature during the opening of the movie is a modified 1977 Mattel handheld electronic
Mattel
handheld electronic
Jesus, bro.
football
Get some,
video
get some
game.
culture, bro.
your age is showing.
Yeah. Selling over 1 million units, this was one of the hottest items for Christmas in 1977. The beep at the beginning is the touchdown sound, whilst the other beeps are the sound of the ball moving down the field.
Cool.
Cool little Easter egg there, I thought.
Cool.
So the other thing I wanted to talk about is freaking, again, the game. We're going back to the game. Something the game did so well is it gave weight to Drax. And with a movie all about family, you would really think this would be the time to shine.
They just I don't even know if hinting at it is the right word for it.
They had a perfect
it's like,
opportunity
hey,
when
look
when
over
just-
there.
When Gamora's talking to him, right?
What, Eric?
Oh, I was saying when Mantis is touching him while he's reminiscing.
I said Gamora.
Well, Gamora's touching him. Wait, what? Gamora?
Mantis? Yeah.
She touched my leg.
Yeah, no, but like exactly when Mantis touches him and then she like has a tear going down, like that could have been so much better. Because when I first saw this movie, I was all like, "Oh yeah, he lost his family, boo-hoo," you know, and that's kind of all I felt about it.
Heartless.
Dude, yeah, of course. But that's all I had like towards it, you know. And then I played the game and I was like, "Oh man, like they make it so much more emotional in the game." And it's like, dang. He lost it all, you know? And I got that vibe from the game. Where this one is just like kind of like a throwaway, yeah, he lost his family. Boom. Yeah, that's it. So I'm like, I think that should have been, because it enhances Drax so much. Like I'm surprised. Like after we got that in the game, he's like a completely different character to me. And it's like, okay, I understand this person a lot better now. And we've gotten that moment with Rocket. We've gotten that moment with Gamora. And we've gotten that moment with Peter Quill. But we never got it with Drax. Which sucks, but on the other side of that, I really did like the arcs in this of Yondu and Gamora, because in Gamora, like it turns into what we see in Endgame with what happens with Gamora when she goes into Tony Stark and everything, because she's a different person at that point, you know, and this is like the start of that. And then with Yondu, it was such a great close for that character. So I really like those arcs, but I feel like Drax is like such a missed opportunity, unfortunately. Eric, where do you rank Guardians of the Galaxy 2 in the MCU?
Oh boy, let's hear my list.
From the top?
From 5, I guess.
From 5. Winter Soldier. Doctor Strange. Age of Ultron.
It's below Doctor Strange for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ant-Man. Captain America.
I would
Iron Man
say
2.
above. I would say above Cap.
Under Ant-Man?
Yeah.
Okay. Making it the new number 9.
Yeah, Ego, man, he just ruins it for me.
Yeah, I can completely agree with that.
But like on comedy wise, man, it's pretty up there. My
Really?
nipples.
See, dude, and that's like the other thing is like the first movie, I felt like the comedy hit all the time with me. But this one, it was like I think I chuckled like there's that
less comedy in this film.
No, but also like the comedy that they do, like the taser face, like I get it. I felt like it was too cringy, you know? But like on the other hand, there's I'm Mary Poppins, y'all, and that's such a great line, and I love that line. Because it's not just funny, but it's also endearing at the same time, you know? But like there's so many other things like that was just like it just didn't hit with me most of the comedy in this movie. But like you're about to hear a lot more about that in the next
hysterically laughing at everything. That doesn't get old.
I know, right? That was like I kind of wish that if they wanted to have Drax doing that to be like, "Oh, it's a coping mechanism for, you know, for him losing his family or something. Give it some significance or weight." But
the thing I did, did you like the joke about she just revealed all your deepest, darkest secrets?
Pretty good.
That was
Do
funny.
me next.
Do me next. Do me.
That was
do me.
pretty good.
Okay, Nate, where do you rank Guardians of the Galaxy 2 in your list? You want me to start from the middle again?
Yeah, you can start from the top.
Above Doctor Strange.
Well,
Now,
that would be
start from Doctor Strange and go up.
Doctor Strange is at number 11, practically the bottom of your list.
Yeah, start at Strange and go up.
Iron Man 3, Iron Man 2, Captain America, Age of Ultron, Ant-Man.
All right, stop. It's definitely not above Ant-Man. Age of Ultron or this movie? That's hard.
Is it though?
Is it?
Age of Ultron or this movie?
Which one would you put back on right now and watch?
Honestly, probably this movie.
Well, there's your answer.
I think it goes over Age of Ultron.
Okay. Above Age of Ultron. Makes it number 7.
Excelsior! Yes.
So, I didn't make a new list for me because where we decided to rank it as a group was exactly where I would have ranked it. So we'll see if this differs now. The MCU, for those who geek, is Civil War, number 1. Number 2 is Winter Soldier. The Avengers, Iron Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, Age of Ultron, Captain America, Iron Man 2, 11 is Iron Man 3, 12 is Thor, and way down at the bottom we have Thor the Dark World and The Incredible Hulk. Where do we rank Guardians of the Galaxy 2 in the MCU?
I think it's right above Age of Ultron.
Okay, so you say it goes under Ant-Man. What do you think?
What do you say, Winston?
Okay, I think I agree. I would rather watch this than Age of Ultron, but the humor in Ant-Man hits a lot more with me. And like this has endearing scenes, but the villain going down, the humor not being quite up my alley, and then the missed potential with some of the other characters, I feel like, yeah, this goes
CG.
I liked the CG personally. There were scenes where it looked bad, but the scenes where it looked good were so good that I was like, whoa. And plus the color palette, I think they did a really good job with that. So yeah, I think it goes just under and above Age of Ultron.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool beans.
Making it the new number 8.
It wasn't 9.
Right? I honestly am surprised that I agree with you guys. I thought you both were going to rank it a lot higher. A lot higher.
It's not bad, but it really isn't that good either. It's very, it's very solidly like it's a good movie, but nothing else.
Yeah, I think when we ranked Age of Ultron, you said like this is the bar. You know, anything below it, it's mediocre. Anything above it is good. You know.
Yeah, it got something right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this definitely has a bunch of stuff it did right.
Yeah. Well, that is our revisitation for Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Eric, let us know, what is the next MCU movie that we will be watching?
The next movie for Marvel Revisited will be Thor Ragnarok.
No, it won't be. No, it won't be.
It's Spider-Man.
It's
Spider-Man
Homecoming.
It's Spider-Man. Spider-Man Homecoming.
It made it better because you froze for a second.
Yeah. Do you want me to do it one more time?
No, you're good. You're good.
You're good.
Okay. I don't want to be like Spider-Man coming.
Oh gosh, no, that we do not want.
The webs come out of anywhere else?
Does he look like a spider? Webs come out of his butt? Gosh, yeah. But again, thank you for watching. If you know anybody who can control a dart with a whistle, please give them, tell them watch this video. Like, hey, they talk about this guy from
any
Nod.
friends that you know that are into archery or dart throwing. Tell them like
or
hey,
lawn darts. Lawn darts.
lawn darts. Anybody who is hit by a lawn dart, also.
Lawyers information underneath.
Yes, we are not responsible for any injuries.
We are represented by Johnny Depp's lawyers. I'm joking.
Represented by Matt Murdock.
There we go.
Thank you again for watching, and have a marvelous day.
Bye, everybody.
Stay frosty.